miserable summer. Kit, beautiful Kit, whose memory even now sends darts of electricity through her body. Jimmy's sweet innocence. Her father's inconsolable sorrow and terrifying descent into madness. She does not want to remember, does not want to go back. When journalists come to interview her, they always ask, "When did you first start writing children's stories?" or "What was the title of your first book?" She always lies. All these years, all those dozens of stories later, after all the books that have made her famous and turned her into a household name, giving her the chance to meet children of all nationalities and cultures on book tours around the world, she has never even taken it out of its cardboard box. It is still stored in the darkest, furthest part of a deep bottom drawer. Her very first book. The stories she wrote for Jimmy. The book that started it all. The Ugly Dragon. But it seems she will now be forced to remember. Yesterday, was it only yesterday? She settled herself in her favourite chair, placed so that she can see anyone coming up the path to her front door from the lodge where the wardens live. She spends most of her daytime hours here these days, reading or dozing in the warmth of the sun, which, if it's shining, will reach her by 10 in the morning and won't leave until mid-afternoon. She'd just made her morning cuppa when she saw one of the wardens, Gillian, the nicer one, emerging from the office and starting up the wheelchair-friendly path towards the bungalows, looking more preoccupied than usual, stern even. Dear God, Molly thought, hoping it wasn't bad news. Let it be a false alarm, or, at worst, a minor alarm. The only other resident she knows personally is her right-hand neighbour, Fred, who used to enjoy a game of whist but cannot even remember his own name these days, poor old boy. But Gillian took the route leading to Molly's door. She knocked and let herself in. "Cooey, Mrs. Goddard. How are you feeling this morning?" She pulled up a stool without waiting to be invited. "May I join you?" "Of course." Any company was welcome these days. "I need to tell you that the police telephoned me this morning. Nothing to be concerned about, I'm sure, just routine inquiries, they called it." Gillian leaned forward and took Molly's hand, warm and comforting. "But you're not to worry, my dear." Ha! That phrase so perfectly calculated to cause instant panic. That's what they said when Jimmy went missing. Like the old joke, start worrying, details to follow. Only it wasn't a joke. Not funny at all. And they never got the details. "They simply want a word with you," Gillian went on. "Something to do with a lake, they said. But I told them they'd have to wait until your daughter was here. I've given her a ring and she'll be over tomorrow morning. The police will come back then." A lake. The word shimmers in Molly's mind, like sunlight glittering on the surface when the water is disturbed by a gust of wind. A lake known as the Mere. Its corners dark and hidden, surrounded by overgrown willows and dense billows of bramble bushes. The humps of the islands fringed with sedge and bulrush. When the weather was calm, the sky, clouds and trees were reflected in perfect reverse, creating a double image that she remembers as clearly as though it were yesterday, and still believes to be one of the most beautiful sights in the world. Even now her eyes are dazzled by the brilliant yellow of the marsh marigolds, and her nose giddied by the sweet, medicinal scent of watermint. She can feel the smooth squelch of the grey-blue mud clinging between her toes, with its earthy metallic odour. The air is filled with the sounds of small lives, the gentle cluck of a mother duck shepherding her flotilla of tiny ducklings, the sharp tick-tick of an alarmed coot, the distant call of cattle on the water meadows beyond. In the sky there is the squeal of swifts swooping low over the surface, and from time to time the harsh, bossy squawks of geese.